The Biden administration is laying down ground rules on ethical behavior because of Vice President Kamala Harris's niece and her business dealings. Meena Harris has been using the vice president's name in a new line of clothing. So tonight, you may be asking, who is Meena Harris? Well, she's the daughter of the vice president's sister, a lawyer, tech entrepreneur, activist, author, and she is a social media influencer. And about 4 years ago, she started a socially conscious clothing company called Phenomenal. Well, Harris, in the green here, walking with the vice president on Inauguration Day, has reportedly been warned by the White House to stop trading on her aunt's name and position, essentially building her brand. White House lawyers instructing her not to use her aunt's name or likeness to build her business. The Biden administration trying to steer clear of what the Trump administration and family ran into during the former president's time in office. The Trump family often accused of blurring the lines between business, family, and the White House. And joining us tonight to discuss the fallout to this report is Business Insider's Dominic Midori-Davis. Dominic, thank you for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's start with Meena Harris. I just kind of walked through who she is. She is an influencer. She has a high profile on social media. Given the fact that she is on social media, has a large audience, has she responded yet to all of this and this warning from the administration?
I haven't seen anything other than the statements that she gave to, I believe, the LA Times. Saying that she was going to abide by the policies and the standards and the ethics that were laid forth. I think I also saw something in Politico saying that the plan was always to stop using Kamala's likeness after the inauguration. So that is what I've seen so far. I haven't seen anything straight from her yet.
Walk us through why the administration would take this action and put forth this warning.
Well, it seems, of course, I think that, first to start, people have always benefited from being associated with high-profile people, whether that's, in politics or entertainment. But it seems that the Biden administration is probably trying to draw a very clear line because what they remember right now is the Trump administration and how the Trump kids did use or appeared to use their family name to, gain things, and so I think that the Biden administration is probably drawing a very clear line so that people don't even think about associating his administration with the previous one.
Well, and there isn't per se a law against it. It's more of an ethical debate. So this is a warning. Are there consequences if she doesn't abide, if she continues to use her aunt's name?
That's really funny that you asked, because I also asked one of our legal reporters that. And honestly, it seems that even if the White House were to take extra steps, they probably won't. The Biden administration has made it very clear that they just want to focus on the pressing issues and matters at hand. And even if they were to take some type of action stronger than a warning against Meena, it would probably just be a distraction. And I don't think that the Biden administration wants any distractions right now. It seems very unlikely that they would do anything other than a warning.
I mentioned that she was an author, and I was just curious. She did have a book come out in 2020 using her aunt's face and name. It is still available on Amazon. In fact, I checked, and it's for sale for almost $13. What happens to products that are still in stock? I read today that potentially when things go out of stock, that they don't want them being restocked. Moving forward, how does she continue to make money and build her business?
Well, just to touch on that for a moment, yes. So yes, it was reported that anything that all of the products have to go once they go out of stock, they won't be restocked. And I believe she did not comment to either to both Politico and the LA Times. She didn't comment whether or not she was still making money from the books. I think that, Meena is going to be in a really good place because she's already built this huge brand off of, being an entrepreneur, being in tech, but also being, Kamala's niece. People already know her for all of those things. She can do pretty much whatever she wants. People are always going to associate her with Kamala Harris, and her name and her social media following might be big enough to even carry that. She might not even need to use Kamala's likeness anymore.
In fact, Dominique, I have seen today that she has said multiple times in the past that she intends to follow by the rules and take the ethical route here. So we will see how this plays out and continues. But you're saying you don't think it'll impact her social media presence, her popularity moving forward?
No, not with the way social media works. She's already built herself a brand off of this. She can pretty much just keep running and people will follow her.
Dominic Midori Davis with Business Insider. Appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks for having me.